morning and welcome Grandmaster Allardyce, Bailey Buchanan, Bailey Kerr, honoured guests, members of the Free Colliers and members of the community. It's a great privilege and honour to welcome you to Callendar House today for this important ceremony. The award of Freedom of Falkirk is made to very few individuals or groups who have made an outstanding contribution to our community. The Sir William Wallace Grand Lodge of Free Colliers are very worthy recipients. Since 1863, when they were first formed, the Colliers have fought for the rights of working men against the combined forces of colliery owners and hostile governments. Under the inspired leadership of Reading miner James Simpson, the Colliers were formed in the aftermath of a failed strike in which the miners were once again defeated, wages reduced and conditions made worse. The new organisation adopted the name of our national hero, William Wallace, as a symbol of their determination to fight for freedom and justice for all. The Reading Colliers inspired a huge wave of support all across Scotland, and within a year there were 65 other groups representing the miners in every part of the Scottish coalfields. Over the following years, responsibility for the fight did pass to the unions, but the lodges remained to support collier families and help preserve the traditions of mining communities. For over 160 years, this vital work has continued unbroken, with charitable activities of all kinds assisting the Reading community and people much further afield. The public face of the Free Colliers is shown to the world each August, when the annual demonstration march takes place through the former mining villages of the Braes ending at Wallace, where the crowds are reminded of the battles of the past and to renew their pledge to guard against injustice wherever it is found. 3 times in 1980, 1992 and 2023, the Colliers led the campaign to remember the Reading pit disaster of 1923, where 40 men lost their lives. Their efforts have gifted to the community, present and future, a magnificent memorial, which will stand as a reminder of the sacrifice of the miners and their families, and also the debt we owe to the Free Colliers themselves for acting as our conscience and our inspiration. There are few organisations that have survived and prospered for such a long time, and this success is surely down to the universal admiration the people have for the Free Colliers and for the fantastic things they do on our behalf. These fighters for freedom, past and present, have surely earned all the honours our community can bestow. I am honoured to now sign the certificate with Grandmaster Allardyce on behalf of our fellow citizens and Free Colliers. I wish all the brothers the best of luck at their future ventures.
Brilliant, thank you very much.
So we'll now invite Grandmaster Willie Allardyce to say a few words.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank accept on behalf of the Free Colliers, from past Free Colliers, present Free Colliers and the ones going forward, I'd like to accept the Freedom of Falkirk for the Free Colliers, and I would like to thank the Provost Robert Bissett, Falkirk Council, ex-Provost Patty and Bailey Buchanan for giving and bestowing this great honour on the Free Colliers for the Freedom of Falkirk. But I would just like to give you a little unknown fact about the Free Colliers that sometimes is missed. The Free Colliers were formed in 1863, as we heard, But by 1870, the three Colliers had realised they needed to do a little bit more in the community to help their members and help their families. And it was at this time in 1870 the three Colliers formed a friendly society, which is long before the National Health Service, National Insurance, your DHSS, your disability payments, your BIP or whatever they call it now. Long before that, the three Colliers formed the Three Colliers Friendly Society, which was in essence every member paid a shilling every 4 weeks, which is 5 pence for the younger members here. They paid that every 4 weeks, and that was to pay for if the minor, the Collier, was unable to work or was injured. It was to go towards his family, and the benefits were actually quite good. The benefits for the first 13 weeks, they paid 6 shillings for the first 13 weeks. They then paid 5 shillings for the following 13 weeks. They then paid them 4 shillings for the next 6 months. And then after that, it was 2 shillings 6 pence per week after that. The scheme also had a death benefit that they had as well. And it didn't just cover the Collier or the minor, it covered their family. So if their wife died or any of their children died, they got paid a death benefit to go towards paying towards funeral costs and things like that. Now that, at the time, the death benefit was £3, that's what they paid them. In today's money that's £4,500, which is quite a substantial amount for help to pay towards funerals. And that's what they paid. The Three Colliers Society eventually closed down at the advent of the First World War in 1914 due to a lot of miners, the Colliers actually going over and fighting the First World War. So it subsided and collapsed then as the unions were taking a more part as well. But before I go on any further, I'd like to thank the Lift Go Read who have supported us today, again who support us in every event. I'd like to thank the Lift Go Read Silver Band. I'd also like to thank the general public who have supported the Three Colliers over the many years, and they've also supported us, and it's helped us to keep going and support us in any fundraising and anything we do. I'd like to thank all the general public yourself for supporting us, who have supported us for the last 162 years, so thank you very much, thank you.
So the Lift Go Read pipe band will do play a few tunes, thank you.